Hey everybody, Jess here, Key Tarot. Welcome to you all. This is going to be a quick general reading. We don't know what it's about yet. I don't know who it's for. Let's just say a blessing and we will find out together. All right. Holy Spirit, thank you for being with us here today and in every breath that we take. We ask that these messages be received by those who are meant to hear them. Amen. All righty. We're going to start with this Tarot of Wonderland. Oh boy, so this is interesting. I have this Temperance in the reverse. I have this Hangman in the reverse. This King of Swords comes out on its side. And then I got this King of Wands in the upright position. It's almost like somebody doesn't want to deliver some kind of news. They've been waiting until they couldn't wait any longer. Somebody's feeling really agitated, off balance. Could be frustration, but they know they're going to have to take action here. They know they're going to have to do something about it. They know they're going to have to say something. This may have something to do with children. It may have to do with a household, a marriage. I have this Page of Swords that comes out on its side right on top of the King of Swords. It's a message. This is somebody who needs to tell somebody something important. It's like they don't know how to say it, but they can't wait any longer. And they don't really know how they're going to approach this. I mean, it could have something to do with legal documentation. It's just like one thing after another, Someone who's completely overwhelmed. I've got the Empress out here. It's interesting. I have the Empress on top of the Four of Wands. So that could go a couple of different ways. I'm going to clarify with another deck, and let me pull a few more cards with this deck, and then I'll clarify, and I'll have a little bit more understanding, because I'm not really sure. I get the impression that somebody here, and it's like a masculine energy here, needs to speak to a feminine energy here, but I don't know what it's really about. So let me just get a little bit more. Oh, okay. Okay. This looks better. This is better than I was thinking it was going to go. I was kind of nervous here for a moment. Okay, fair enough. This is actually really wonderful. This is actually a really great story here. This is somebody who loves somebody. This is great. I was worried. I was worried that this was going to be rough. Dang, we got this Knight of Cups out here twice. So the Knight of Cups, and there's the Emperor. Oh, now I'm happy. I'm so happy. Okay, that's good. Yay. Okay, so it feels like there's a masculine energy, and I've got this Emperor out, and I've got 1, 2, 3. What am I missing? Oh, okay. I'm missing one king out of this, but I bet he shows up later. But yeah, I have this Emperor energy, which is divine masculine energy. I've got this Empress energy, divine feminine energy, and I have this Four of Wands here. Four of Wands, if you follow that, that twin flame journey at all, then this may be of significance to you. Otherwise, this is a story about two people who are actually coming together here and creating some kind of new love relationship between the two of them. It's going to make them very happy. These people are going to be very, very healthy partners. I really hope this is your reading. This masculine energy, I've got this Knight of Cups out here twice. The Knight of Cups is someone, I always think of as like kind of a Romeo card. It's like it's a little bit, mm, it can be kind of considered a little naive, maybe, or a little bit, I don't want to say immature, but just kind of almost teenagery feelings that this person's having for someone here. But it's really backed up with some more substance than that. This oh, I feel like this masculine energy is afraid that this feminine is upset with them. And it's not about your gender, right? You'll know if you carry a masculine or a feminine energy, right? But this feminine energy is very independent. They're kind of they're older, they're pretty wise, they're very responsible. They have a lot going on in their lives, and I don't know if something's happened between these two, whether it was just a flirtation that has kind of evolved into something that's kind of like a friendship, kind of like a partnership. These two may work together, be on the same team, on some kind of a team together, or share some kind of a community between the two of them. It feels like drinks are past, like a lot of them. With the Nine of Cups, it always makes me think of going out with friends. I feel like something may have happened between these two where this masculine is concerned that this feminine is maybe upset with them. And it's like they want to talk to this feminine just to know how they're feeling about them. They kind of want to put out like, I see a lot of fast moving communication, like via text message or some kind of messaging platform here. This masculine may feel like they've screwed something up with this feminine, like they were being irresponsible or maybe capricious in some way, non-committal in some way. Ooh, my tummy got nervous for you there all of a sudden. This feminine may have some walls up around themselves. They may not allow a lot of people in. Yeah, there's the King of Pentacles that I was just saying. That's the only one I'm missing. This masculine, though, is actually really like well developed in themselves. The same way that this feminine energy is too. It's really a good, healthy match here. And there's the Four of Wands again. Good. Something's changing between these two, and this is probably what it is. These two are transitioning from something kind of, I don't know that it was ever shallow, but something a little bit undeveloped into something that's much stronger, a much stronger bond between the two of these people. And I'm going to figure out what it is that's keeping these two from, like, what's happening. This could definitely be a workplace situation. Now, this feminine seems to know a lot about this masculine, whether it's because they're friends, whether they've had a lot of conversation with each other, or like what I said, like maybe they work together or they share some kind of a community. But this feminine sort of seems to know a lot about what's going on in this masculine's life. This masculine may be going through an ending or may have recently gone through an ending. Wow. And this feminine has this feeling that he's coming right towards her. Just saw the Tower in there when I was shuffling. Yeah, there's been some kind of a problem between these two. And this masculine's pretty concerned. Oh, I wonder if this masculine was attached and is afraid that this, when they met or something, it feels like they've gone through an ending or are experiencing that, and they're afraid that maybe this feminine is judging them as someone who is irresponsible or immature. I've got that Queen of Swords in the reverse here, which is kind of that Ice Queen energy. Like, no offense, this is somebody who's like, there's like a very touch me not vibe to this Empress, and a lot of boundaries around this Empress. This Empress has been through some things, and they have no intention of doing that again. There's definitely soulmate energy between these two and this new opportunity for love. But it has to come. This Empress has this. There's a lot of change happening here. I think that's what it is. I think we're transitioning here from one way of being here to another. And that, I always tell you guys, transitions are like the chunkiest, most difficult times to get through, because you don't really know what's going to happen on the other side. There's not a lot of communication between these two. There hasn't been up until, I guess, this moment right here. And I don't think that we've gotten there yet. This would be something that happens within the next couple of days that clarifies a lot for this Emperor and this Empress and the way that they feel about one another. This masculine energy is really worried about how they're being perceived by this Empress right now. And so they're saying, I'm going to do whatever I need to do to change that perspective. It's really, I really like this masculine energy right here. It feels like someone who's very honest and has a lot of integrity. I like that. Good. And there is a lot of honesty and integrity within them, you know? This masculine is actually someone that when they decide they want to commit to someone, they really do. And I think this feminine has been looking for that for a while. Like I said, it feels like they've been through quite a lot, and they have been waiting on the right person to come towards them. And it's just not been happening. It's not been. And I think when they met this person, they may have been interested or intrigued by them, but this masculine energy was kind of wrapped up in something else. This is about to change. That Four of Wands, again, can be like a union, like a spiritual union energy. Things started to really clarify for these two during Libra season, but they still aren't together. This, which is, it's kind of stressful. This feminine is trying really hard to just be on their own and not need anyone, not want anyone, not think about people they shouldn't think about. But it is kind of like this, like kind of this mental imprisonment, you know, can be anxiety, can be worry about the situation. What's interesting, like I said, these two kind of started to clarify this energetically during Libra season, which I guess we're still technically in Libra season, although we're really close to Scorpio. Now, the interesting thing about this deck, this is the Vice Versa Tarot, and it's printed on both sides, very cool. But in this depiction of the Two of Cups, there's a third figure, okay, that's kind of keeping these two apart. There's that Six of Wands again. This, I think, is a situation that turns itself around in Scorpio season because they just can't deal with it anymore. They can't take it anymore. There's too much between them. It's really a conversation that needs to be had, and it's an honest conversation. And that's a real important, you know, honesty. These two, I think, are very flirtatious and very attracted to one another. But there's something, again, either something or someone that's kind of keeping them at a distance. it's kind of intoxicating and suppressed. Intoxicating and suppressed. Oh, no wonder my tummy hurts. That's rough, man. But something's changing. A lot of attraction between these two. Somebody knows they need to change this dynamic. There's the Emperor again. So I'm assuming that it's you if you're this Emperor. You're going to have to be the one that does this. Maybe you're the one that was attached over here. And there's like this need to clarify some things. Somebody's worried about what somebody else thinks of them. And somebody here is spending a lot of time kind of on their own, just contemplating what this means, you know. Yeah, there it is again. 10 of Wands again. This is funny. I've got the 10 of Wands that just came out here, and I've got the 10 of Wands and the Hermit that just came out here. 10 of Wands and the Hermit, and the 10 of Wands and the Hermit. Just both in the same order, two different decks, you know. These two feel the same way about each other. I can tell you that. So if you're worried about that, you feel the same way about each other. You don't need to feel underconfident if you're this masculine or this feminine. But there is like a larger perspective that has to be looked at here. It may have something to do with family. It may have something to do with children. I feel like there's about to be a conversation between these two that not only clarifies things, but I feel like somebody in this equation is losing a lot right now, or there's a lot of change happening in their life right now. There's some kind of fear of, it's either a fear of a third party affair kind of situation. And I think this feminine's very like hands off about that, like very 6 feet, social distanced about that. Or there's a concern about that. That's true. They may think of this masculine. They may actually believe this masculine is a bit of a player. They don't like that. That 10 of Swords again. I don't think that's the case. I mean, I feel a lot of integrity coming from this masculine energy, but I could be wrong because I do have the 3 of Cups represented here, like in multiple ways, in multiple places. And there's that 10 of Swords again, right on top of the 10 of Swords. Like we went right to it. This is somebody who's looking at what they're losing. They're looking at what's ending. And it feels like it's been done. It feels like this ending has been completed with a period at the end of the sentence. And I feel like that may be what this masculine messages this feminine about. If that's the case, it feels like it happens within the next couple of days. And there's the Page of Pentacles, and there's the Page of Pentacles. You guys have a lot of repeats. And what's interesting is you have a lot of repeats in exact order. So the Page of Pentacles is somebody who knows a good thing when they see it, right? This is someone who will give up a lot for the right thing, for the right person. This masculine is waiting to make sure that their finances are good. They may have to buy a new home. They may have to relocate, but they know what needs to happen. This change, well, let me see. It feels like the conversation happens very quickly, but the concrete change may not happen until later in the year. Oh, January. This feminine's very worried about this situation, or they can definitely tell something's going on. There's that Justice card again, that Libra energy again. This may have been when all of the bad things started. I say bad things, where all of the transitions started for this masculine energy. This can be filing legal paperwork. It can be. It can be the energy of divorce, but it's really about rebalancing and making decisions and choices that are the right choice for you. And there's no right, wrong, I guess, but a choice in a different direction. And that is Libra season, isn't it? A lot of stress, again, a lot of worry, a lot of anxiety, you know. It feels like that's been the case for both of these people. It's decision time with the Lovers. Yeah, 2121 on the counter. It's time for both of these two to come together. That's funny, 2121, that breaks down to 3 and 3, which equals 6, and the number on the Lovers is 6. Got a lot of synchronicities in here, kids. This feminine energy is a sweetie pie, and they don't want anybody's heart to get broken. They don't want their heart to get broken either. So they're being very cautious about this relationship in whatever phase or stage it's in. Scorpio season is when this masculine finally walks away from whatever they've been in. That's when they're going to feel like they can come towards this person and talk. Now, when I'm recording this, we're like 2 days away from Scorpio season, maybe 3. So this is kind of like real-time energy here. If this applies to you, this can be difficult to get through here. I've got the Strength card out there twice. I mean, we've gone through half the deck here, so you're going to have a lot of repeats in here, but there's a lot of synchronicity to this. This Strength card is Leo energy. You got a lot of fire sign energy on this table. You got a lot of all the signs, really. We don't even have to get into it. This feminine actually may be wanting to commit to this masculine energy. And that's interesting because, like I said, this feminine's been kind of that touch me not, kind of, not to be mean, but kind of this ice queen for a while. Just not like in a negative way, but just somebody who's, you know, it's going to take a lot to thaw that person, even though they're really sweet, they're really kind, they're really loving, and good to people. It all kind of hinges on the conversation that happens between these two. That's amazing. And there's the King of Pentacles again. Yep, this is about commitment. Oof. That's something. And that Six of Cups, again, is that soulmate relationship, you know, that past life love. You've got the Four of Wands out twice, the Six of Cups out twice, the Two of Cups out twice, the Ace of Cups out twice. You got the Lovers out there, you've got the Emperor, you've got the Empress twice on both sides. This is definitely a match, you know. If this is your reading, you've met this person. I think you've met them. And it's really just, there's a conversation that needs to happen. And that conversation is where everything's all piled up here in the middle. It needs to be an honest conversation. It really does. It can't be one of those like, well, I think there's this, or I think there's that. No, it's got to be honest, direct, and to the point here, so that this doesn't keep lingering. Because I'll be honest, like the feelings I'm getting in my tummy are uncomfortable, a little uncomfortable. It feels almost like teenagery. That's what it is, with that Knight of Cups coming out right off the bat and like twice out. It feels like something that just needs to be elevated to a more mature place. And I'm not saying that either of these people are immature at all. I'm just saying that the relationship itself has been a little immature. But it seems to be moving in the right direction here. It seems, and I say the right direction, it seems to be moving towards some kind of a commitment here, because I have the Hierophant out there twice as well. There is a little concern about, if this is a workplace dynamic, there's a little concern about what others are going to say about this, and that could be possibly what's concerning both of these individuals individually, you know, because I don't think they've talked about these feelings. And again, this masculine is kind of concerned that they've been seen in a negative light by this feminine. And this feminine may actually view them as a bit of a player. Eesh. So a conversation would be best. And just put all of this to rest. You know, communication is key, isn't it? Couldn't we solve pretty much most of the problems in our world with communication? Alrighty, I think so. That was your reading for today. I hope this was your reading. It's really nice. Just type up the letter or the messages and get it done, man. All right, see you soon.